the oldest play in the book. Oldest play in the book. You know, I can say this with, like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to be a bragger or anything. Do you know I've never asked a girl out and been turned down? It's never happened once in my life. Part of the reason for that, though,
The gun you're holding?
is because I have no game. And
They feel bad.
I have no game whatsoever. And every relationship I've ever been in has started with the woman taking the initiative and asking me. I've never been turned down when I've asked a girl out because I'm a coward when it comes to women. But you know, the oldest play in the book is, oh, I'm really into this girl. Oh man, she started dating somebody else. Oh, okay. No, I wasn't that into her. That's the oldest play in the book. Oldest one there is. You know, a guy asks a girl out to a prom. Then she finds out she accepted another guy's invitation to prom. And he says, I didn't really want to go with her anyway. Mm-hmm. I've got other options.
That's just a plate of copium right there.
Big steaming serving of copium. And we might be seeing a little bit of that coming out of Paramount right now. Because you guys know the first horse out of the gate in this big race to get Warner Brothers has been Paramount. They are the one leading the charge and trying to get it. And for all, the facts that we have spread around, whispers, innuendo, industry inside information, it has seemed like, while the gap is narrowed, that Paramount has been the front runner. They've been the betting favorites to get Warner Brothers. And everything we have heard from them has been definitive. Writing letters to the board of Warner Brothers saying, we're the best fit for you. Here's why you should do it. All this kind of stuff. Offering David Zaslav to be co-chair and CEO of the entire company. Well, for the first time ever, we might see a little bit of cracks in the armor. The folks over at CBM are writing, following months of Paramount looking like the most likely buyer for Warner Brothers, Paramount CEO David Ellison has cast doubt on his company's interest in the studio. He said the following. He said this: it's important to know that there is no must-haves for us. We really look at this as buy versus build, and we absolutely have the ability to build to get to where we want to go. Ellison then stated that Paramount can achieve success on its own terms. We believe we can achieve our goals with our creative content engines. We believe we can achieve our streaming goals and that we can drive enterprise efficiency and create value and long-term free cash flow generation all through the building. Further casting doubt on the potential merger, the Paramount CEO said that the company is in a position to be opportunistic when it comes to mergers and acquisitions. As it relates to mergers and acquisitions, everything for us is going to tie back to, does it accelerate those three core principles? We're fortunate that we have the balance sheet to be able to be opportunistic when we think M&A will accelerate our goals, but we're also long-term disciplined owner-operators. Basically, he said, I'm not sure I liked her that much anyway. And again, look, this may all be nothing. It very well could just be saying, hey, no, we're not desperate to get Warner Brothers. We believe to get to where we want to go, we can just build ourselves. We don't necessarily go up and buy Warner Brothers. It could just be as simple as that. But what's interesting to me is that having followed this story with great interest ever since that news first broke, every piece of publicly available communication has been, we want Warner Brothers, we're the best people to have it, and we think we're going to get it. Every bit of public communication surrounding this has been down that vein. And now, as the gap has been narrowing, we've been talking about how Netflix has secured a bank to help them put together a mergers and acquisition deal. Comcast, NBC, Universal has secured the services of a large financial institution to help put together a bid for it. We've heard that Apple is interested in it, that Amazon is interested in it. And I'm just saying, this is the first time we've ever heard Ellison say anything other, paint a picture that is anything other than a future where Warner Brothers belongs to Paramount. I don't believe their interest is waning. I think they really do want it. I suspect they may be seeing that it may not be as much of a foregone conclusion as they suspected. And they're laying early damage control with their own investors by saying, hey, look. Whether we get Warner Brothers or not, we're going to get to where we want to go. which, by the way, is not the wrong thing to say. That's good leadership. You should be saying something like that. You shouldn't paint yourself into a corner. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools that put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's zapier.com/Campea. Anyway, Rob, we're hearing these comments now coming from Ellison. Do you feel like I do that, I'm starting to wonder that they doubt they're going to get it? Or is this just him kind of saying nice platitudes for his investors here? I don't know. What do you make of these statements?
Well, look, it's not like he's buying a car. He's buying a $75 billion studio, and he already has a studio. And it's like, I think that cooler heads have to prevail and go, okay, what are you going to do with this acquisition? What's your 10-year plan? And I don't mean the gods and monsters plan of the new DC universe. I'm talking about what is your plan? Because basically you're buying something that is also doing what your acquisition of Paramount is doing. You're doing the same thing, and you're just doubling it up now.
Right.
And I would say that why not? Look, I don't think anybody should buy Warner Brothers. I think everybody should be focused on their core goals. He used the word enterprise in one of his quotes. Yeah, let's make some good Star Trek movies. Why don't you start there? Take some franchise that you own and make it great. There hasn't been a Star Trek movie in 9 years in the theaters. That could be something that, turn a franchise and make it awesome. By buying another studio, you saddle yourself with tons of more debt. You have to now overlook twice as many people and twice as many movies and twice as much stuff. And if you're not going to do that, you got to part it out. And I think that what is your core business? What do you want to do? And if you want to make great entertainment, you want to have great TV shows, and you want to have a great streaming service, and you want to have great movies and great theatrical events, spend time doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we want. It's funny. We look at all these mergers and acquisitions. Have they made, Warner Brothers has had to endure two, AT&T and Discovery. And I think Discovery now, and what David Zaslav's swinging his axe, it's now gotten the value.
It's in a good place now.
It's in a good place. I mean, and I would say that it's successful, at least if this year is any indication. If Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca can keep the course, and you have creators that they're working with making exciting movies, they've got a great slate, coming up.
James Gunn and Peter Safran on their end.
And they just announced a Jimmy Olsen TV show that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I wish that could be.
No, but I think
it's a weird time to hand it off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're on the upswing. Your team's doing well. And I think same with Paramount. They've made big moves over there. They've done a lot of things that we're excited about. They've made a lot of moves with a lot of creators. And I think for people that are fans like we are of great entertainment, it's an exciting time. And I think acquiring other studios has to be derailing in some respects.
Do they even understand what the corporate culture is over at Paramount yet? Had the Skydance figured
just
that
fired
out?
2,000 people.
Have they figured out the culture over there and the goals of what they want to?
I don't know that they care what the culture is there. I think they're going to bring their culture and kind of put it like a skin over. Well, see,
that could be destructive. It's not just that simple.
That's been my main hesitancy about this whole thing about Paramount getting Warner Brothers.
You haven't hit the ground running yet with the one studio.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, look, they have done a lot of things already there. They've positioned themselves to do some things that I think are pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said on the show the other day, it's all just theoretical right now. You haven't even shown, if you're Ellison and Skydance that just got Paramount, you haven't even shown that you can put out one movie yet.
Yeah.
With Paramount, Like, why don't you slow your roll a little bit? And I get the allure, the idea to quickly come in. I got daddy's money. I can come in and create this huge media empire and dominate the world of movies. I get it. I do. But on the practical thing, putting the fanciful fairy tales aside for a second, why don't you make one movie first? Why don't you make one series first? Why don't you get through your first quarter of actually owning Paramount and adjust to the system and figure out what you're doing with one major studio rather than two? And look, Rob, everybody knows I'm with you on this. I don't think Warner Brothers should sell, but there's no point in us even fantasizing about that because it is selling.
Yeah.
Because I completely agree. I don't want it to sell, but it is selling. And I'm not going to lose any sleep if Paramount gets it. For everything I just talked about with them, not even showing that they can be a good steward of one studio yet. And I think they will be, but they haven't shown it yet. I would much rather, I think there's better synergy with an NBC, Comcast, Universal. I think there's better potential upside for us film fans if it's something like Apple, which is just a new player in the game anyway. Those are all the lesser of two evils. Again, I completely agree with you. I'd rather see it not sell, especially since they seem to have themselves back in a healthy place. But they are selling, so it's a matter of who. And if it's not Paramount, Rob, and again, you're like me, our first choice is them not to sell at all, but understand that they are going to sell.
Yeah, of course.
Who would you feel most comfortable with waking up tomorrow to find out Warner Brothers has sold to?
I mean, if anything, Apple.
I think I'm in agreement. I'm okay with NBC Universal too, but
Yeah.
I think I'm in agreement with you
The
on
cool
Apple.
thing about NBC Universal is they could build a sky bridge from
exactly.
one
Just-
corner of the
true.
Warner Brothers
Right over
lot.
They
Smokehouse.
literally
right-
across
right-
the street.
right up Smokehouse.
They could call it the Smokehouse Sky Bridge.
Yeah.
George Clooney could buy it himself, and make it really huge, so you could go right over. That would actually be kind of dope.
Yeah.
They should do that anyway.
Make it one mega studio
Yeah,
lot.
like
and
one. I
everything.
mean, but build that sky bridge, buddy.
Yeah.
But it would be at the corner. You've got the two corners
Yep.
that almost meet up. So
Yep.
but no. The reason. Look, I think that Apple would basically keep the same thing. They'd keep Warner Brothers intact. They would have their own. Like, look, what another thing I want to see happen is production coming back to Los Angeles.
yeah.
And Warner Brothers has all those gorgeous sound stages. I mean, I shouldn't say gorgeous. No sound stages are gorgeous. They're just empty.
They
buildings.
are pretty great.
But they
though.
are
But
brand
yeah,
new.
I mean,
at the-
and
at the-
they're updated. They're modern.
Yeah, man. Stage 16, I saw Joe versus the Volcano shot in there. I talked to Tom Hanks
well, they have
and
all
Meg
that,
Ryan.
where the ranch was,
But-
it was tragically destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it destroyed the. Oh,
but now
man.
it's all sound stages, so come on.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would like to see. Apple, look, Apple did great having Warner Brothers release F1 for them. I think that what Apple should do is they now have a distributor. I know they've gone with A24 with something else recently, but I would say that if Apple's committed to theatrical, Amazon's got its own slate. I don't think Amazon would buy Warner Brothers. I mean,
Amazon acquires a lot of stuff.
I know, but I think that you look at their banging 2026 slate that we saw at CinemaCon, that was really impressive. And, people are everything from they've got Masters of the Universe coming out. They've got Project Hail Mary coming out.
Which
they've
again,
got,
I talked to somebody that saw an early cut of Masters of the Universe. I'm not backing it up. I'm just telling you what they told me. They said it's amazing. They said the new Masters of the Universe movie is amazing. Again, I don't want to sidetrack.
I mean, Travis Knight is the perfect person
He's
to
the
direct
perfect
that,
director
and Guy
for it,
Dias
yeah.
is the greatest production designer to work on that film. And what we saw at CinemaCon
Was impressive.
It was impressive, man.
Yeah.
I just want to see Idris Elba as Man at Arms, and I never thought I'd say that my entire life, but I'm excited.
Imagine that streaming slate if Apple and HBO Max were to merge.
Oh my god!
Oh, because I'll tell you what, man, Apple's been doing it right. Like Apple as a streamer,
Oh.
Yeah.
they are the only ones to me that actually challenge HBO for quality, overall quality in their show. Anyway, guys,
Yeah, but if I can make an aside, Apple, where is For All Mankind season 5?
they're working on it.
Where's
They're working
Star
on it.
City, bruh? Come on.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, it's kind of been just assumed and accepted that really the front runner for getting Warner Brothers has been Paramount. Is this the first crack in that armor? Does it maybe kind of look that maybe Paramount doesn't even think they're the front runners now? Or is it much ado about nothing, which it very well could be? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.